your sister has a desperate situation. She and her husband are expecting a child. Give up your apartment to Marina. Relatives must help each other out, her husband's family announced in one voice. Finally, Alexandra and Eugene managed to buy an apartment. The couple lived together for 6 years and worked hard to achieve this goal all these years. Sasha taught mathematics at school even when she was pregnant and on a long term, and after the birth of the baby, she continued tutoring as a side job. Her husband worked 2 or 3 shifts at the factory. None of their parents helped them. Sometimes a young mother complained to her spouse, "Well, why does everyone have grandparents, but our Anaya does not? Because your relatives live not far from us. They could at least sometimes take the girl for an hour walk." My husband had nothing to say. Well, all the housing has been bought, repairs have been made, live and rejoice. However, less than 2 weeks later Sasha's mother-in-law called and asked to come urgently. The couple got nervous. Suddenly something happened. Stepping over the threshold of the parents' one-room apartment, the young people saw Xenia's sister and her husband in the kitchen. They lived in a rented apartment and constantly needed money. Their requests to help financially have already become familiar. So recently, on the 1st of September, Yevgeny's nephew had to be sent to school by his family and grandparents. After the mutual greeting, the conversation was started by Evgenia's mother. "We are a family, so we should not stay away if someone needs help." After she turned to her son and said, "Xenia, your sister has a desperate situation. She and her husband are expecting a child. It is clear that they will be too cramped in a rented small room. It would be great if you and your family moved in with your father and me for a while, and you gave up your apartment to Marina and her family. Marina is Sasha's sister-in-law. You still have one Anaya, so we will accommodate." To say what was going on in Alexandra's soul is not to say anything. From the words spoken, from the offer made, she was shocked. So when she and her husband rented a house and saved up for their own, no one offered them to live at their house. Why on earth should their little daughter now give up her new comfortably furnished room and move in with her grandparents, who all these years were not interested in her granddaughter? Gathering all her nerves into a fist, Sasha turned to Marina. "Why have a second child when you can't provide for one?" The pregnant woman's answer stunned her. "So we will get maternity capital for the newborn and take a mortgage on housing." Alexandra considered it superfluous to prove something to her husband's relatives. She took her husband by the hand and they went to the door. Already at the threshold, a bunch of unpleasant words flew at their backs. After getting into the car, the couple were silent for a long time before talking to each other.